હલો સર. હા થેન્ક યુ. અવાજ આવે છે મારો ક્લિયર? એવું છે એમને આવે છે ને? ઓકે. બોલો સર. હા. યસ. બોલો બોલો. યસ. કેન યુ હિયર માય વોઇસ ક્લિયરલી? ઓકે ફાઇન.
Hello. Hi. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, welcome everyone to today's program. Lingua Odyssey group that we have decided to form for our growth in English. So we are going to organize this first event today. and we have now around 8 to 9 members. They have participated today, and still there some others are going to take part in our seminar today. But before we go on, let's introduce ourselves. Whoever are present today now can introduce, please. I am Hiren Mehta. I am a teacher at Matha Sulia Primary School. Guruji, Karsanbhai Desai, who is the president of Lingua Odyssey, I would request him to begin the introduction session. Karsanbhai. Karsanbhai, can you hear me? Karsanbhai. Okay, we have only 5 minutes, so let's introduce ourselves. Yes, begin from Alpesh Bhai. Alpesh Bhai.
I am P.M.Joshi from Lavari Primary School in Talot Taluka. Thank you. Uh,
Hello everyone, good evening. This is Seth Rizwana from Napna Primary School.
Yes, hello, good evening, everyone. Nikunj Joshi here, working as a primary teacher in Talot Taluka, as an English teacher. Okay.
Hello. I myself Yashvi Mahesh Kumar Bhatt. I am student of SS Mehta Arts and I am Patel Commerce College. I am in TYDA. My main subject is English. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Hiren bhai? Yes, I am here. Some network problem, and I can't join earlier. I am Karsan Bhai Desai from Kesarpura Kampa Primary School, and we have joined for our better future, for our learning English learning. So we request Alpesh Bhai Joshi, Dr. Alpesh Bhai Joshi, please continue our program. It is time for our guest speaker. Acha, yeah. Some of our friends wish that learning is a long line process, and after getting this job, teachers wish to learn, but they cannot get the chances to learn. So our group, our friends, like our teacher, like Hiren Bhai, Shashankar Bhai Patil, Alpesh Bhai Joshi, and more, many teachers hope that we have such a group uh, on which group, on which platform we can create We can create many programs and many other activities, seminars, workshop, so we can learn and we can do some more activities so our next generation, our children, our students can get benefit. So we have made a group, and the name of this group is Lingua Odyssey. Lingua, that means language, and Odyssey, a long journey. It is not a single month or a week or a year journey. It is a journey of a long time. So it is the Lingua Odyssey, and our main objective is learning, and it never ends. So this is our main objectives. Hiren bhai.
Yes, sir.
How many members have joined Hiren bhai? 30 now. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Welcome, sir.
Yes. Your session.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
I feel great to welcome you, sir.
Myself also.
Okay, so friends, we have our guest here. Uh, I welcome today's guest, Professor and Dr. P.M.Joshi, sir, on the behalf of Lingua Odyssey Group. Welcome and thank you to join us, sir. Sir, sir works as professor and head of the department of English in SS Mehta Arts and M.M. Patel Commerce College, Himmatnagar. So, yes, most of the members of this group are your students, sir, already.
Fine.
Am I audible? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the most of this group are your former student or current student.
I can see, and I am very pleased.
Yes, sir. There is no need to introduce sir, but it is just like a formality to introduce sir, him. So I'm introducing sir now. Sir has finished his PhD and doctorate on the subject of social realism in R.K. Narayan's novels. He is also PhD guide. Two researchers have already got their doctorate degrees under Sir's guidance, and two researchers are still continuing for the same. To go, they will also get their degree under the guidance of Sir. Moreover, Sir has published 5 books on various subjects. He has published more than 30 articles on different subjects. He had been coordinator of Scope. I think it is running by. It was run by ISOL Cambridge University, I think.
Yes.
Yes. So he had been coordinator of Scope Language Lab for 10 years, from 2008 to 2018. And currently, Sir is the head of the Department of English in Himmatnagar Arts and Commerce College. And he accepts the responsibility of NAIC coordination for the college. Uh, now I am requesting to sir, please sir guide us on our today's topic of communicative learning. So we will hear Doctor and Professor Honorable P.M.Joshi sir. Okay sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alpesh Bhai. Also, most of the students with whom still I am in touch, Hiren is there, Pallavi, I observed some of the students off and on, they phone call me and remain in contact with me. Usually the students on Teachers' Day or some Guru Purnima, they talk with me. So it gives us pleasure when our students, they come to become close to us. And so today I am very much thankful to all of you for creating such a very good platform to get together the people of English. I would like to know all the students, all the participants who have joined the program, are they belong to English? All the participants, are they students of English or English people? That means
Most of the people are related to English language.
yes, yes. And some of the people who are interested in English, they might have joined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay, fine. Rizwana is there. Rizwana also remembers me off and on.
Yes.
Uh, okay, okay, no, no,
Hi.
fine. Yes, yes, fine. And Pallavi is also there. Pallavi is a very good creator. She creates very good short stories. And often when she sends me, I have become a fan of her short stories. I would like to interpret.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Now, yes, today we have got together to discuss language teaching concept. I have observed usually the teachers of English and the others, the teachers of language, I think, they are always eager to know the several ideas about methods or approaches in language teaching to their students. Whenever they go to some training sessions, they also uh, remain eager to learn and make the students able to communicate using the target language. That's I have observed everywhere among the English teachers. There are so many possible methods or approaches which could be applied in classroom for our students. And one of the best and the most popular approaches is the communicative language teaching approach nowadays. Now, what communicative language teaching approach is? Then, in past few years, English language teaching program has gone under several modifications. The development of English language learning or teaching program has program. If we think, then the development of English language learning or teaching from a form-based to a meaning-based approach. In past time, the teachers they usually stick to the form. Now we have to stick to meaning. Meaning is important. If the meaning is conveyed to the students or not, that is important. If we utter to the students just like a cassette, a stereotype lecture, then it will not be a meaningful lecture. So in today's world, meaning should be conveyed to the students. That is important. So shift from form-based to meaning-based approach. The move from an electric approach from a rigid method. The shift from teacher-fronted classroom to learner-centered classroom. So what we have to do, we have to come to the point of what English language teaching approach is. Then these are the differences between the past approaches and the most modern approach, which is to be applied to the classroom in modern times. Right? Now, I would like to know from all of you before we move ahead. As teachers of English, I think all of you are eager to know the several methods, several techniques of teaching. But I would like to know from you whether you people do some reading at home. Are you the readers? All of you are teachers. That is 100% correct. But I would like to know, are you studious people? Do you do study at home? Yes, yes. Very good. So, what type of study you people belong to these days? What type of study you people do? That means topic related study you are doing or any other thing. Suppose you are teaching some lessons, etc. into your classroom. So, yes, Rakesh is there. Welcome to you. Rakesh, he is also my former student and he is right now at, I think, Education Office of Baroda. He works there. Formerly, he was a principal in some school. Okay, welcome to you. Yes, so I want to know
most
with
of the
the
time
we
most of
people.
the time we always used to read textbook at home, and generally news listen the news on television and communicate with us, especially communication is better than other ways.
Okay, so I have observed that the people who are in our field, they used to read, they used to study. But what do they study? They study topic related books. Now, I would like to emphasize that we have to read the topic related books, but at the same time, we have to read uh, additional books also, which are helpful to us in making our students communicative, in making our students just like we people are. So, in order to strengthen our vocabulary, we must read a dictionary even today. I usually read dictionary even today. I read dictionary at a regular interval. I also read grammar books. I also read the books related to communication, etc. So, at the outset, I would like people related to English to be in touch with the additional books, not only the books related to topics. I would like to recommend you to refer several books related to English communication, English grammar, and English dictionary. Okay. Now we are going to continue as far as communicating language approach is concerned. I will share some of the topics with you, some of the matters which I have prepared for you. I will share with you in the later part of our session. But all these things which we are going to discuss right now, they are not, I think, required to share with you. So we are discussing it. See, in the modern time, we can easily connect from one country to another, from one culture to another. The trend of globalization has made our life very easy and super fast. So, language, especially the English language, plays a vital role in global communication, as we people know. The teachers and researchers have been searching for the best ways of teaching a second language or foreign language, I mean, English language. It has been noticed that the goal of the most of the methods is to make the students able to communicate in the target language. So, wherever we go, whatever training sessions we attend, uh, we always remain eager to know how to make our students communicative, how the students will talk like we people, how they will be talkative in the target language. What happens with us? We related to topic outside the class, Gujarati medium. They always talk in Gujarati. They learn in English, but they talk in Gujarati. And that's why we can't be proficient as far as the target language is concerned. On the contrary, if we talk about Hindi language, then the students of Hindi language, they learn in Hindi, they interact with the teachers in Hindi. Even outside the classroom, they use Hindi as their medium of instruction. So this is the first drawback. That's why our students, they can't be communicative as per our expectation. So all the teachers who are in today's session, they have to promise me that in their classroom, they will try the level best to apply English as medium in their classroom. I hope you that many of you might have tried your level best to apply that method into the classroom, and uh, in some cases you would have uh, failed as far as the students are concerned because the students do not accept it. But we have to stick to uh, the medium of instruction of English into the classroom. You better recommend your students also to talk with each other and one another into English during the session, during the classroom, during the lectures. So it will be resultant into a habit among them. If not today, then tomorrow or some other day. So first thing that we have to do is to make our students ask us into English. Also, we have to deliver whatever we wish to deliver them in English. Of course, when there comes a reference, then we have to give the reference of even Hindu culture or Indian culture into English. Of course, we may quote the examples uh, which take place in our near and dear area, but we can translate it into English. So it will result into a habit formation on the part of the learners too. Okay, now what we were learning back in the 1970s, the educators tried to find out whether they were going to meet the goal of teaching the students in a right way or not. It had been observed that the students were able to write and read the sentences in target language correctly. But when it came to communicate in the target language, they failed to do so. So when the educators, they thought over the production of their factories, I mean the schools, colleges. So they came to know that the students, they become very much proficient as far as the written language is concerned. But when the point of expressing themselves into English comes, the students fail. So there has remained a gap, a communication gap between the students and the teachers. In other words, I would like to say the learners' inability to communicate with one another was noticed by the educators, by the teachers, by the observers. And it made clear to all these community people that to make the students able to communicate in the target language, it required more than mastering only the linguistic structures. Now, what happens with the Indian students, especially the students of our region? They are master as far as the structures are concerned. We allow the time of 2 to 3 hours to the students of expressing themselves into the classroom. And I observed that the students, right from the very first moment up to the end of 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So as far as the structures are concerned, the students are very competent. But if we request the students to express themselves on the stage, then those students who feel that the time of 2 to 3 hours is less for them, they are not able to express themselves on the stage for more than 10 minutes. So due to all these lackings, the educators and the observers, they have thought over the communicative language teaching approach. Before the communicative language teaching approach came into existence, we people were using grammar translation method into our classroom. And this grammar translation method was recommended to us by the Britishers. And that was the deficiency on the part of English education in India. What we did, we followed grammar translation method for 100 years. Even today, the teachers who are teaching into the classroom of 10th, 11th, 12th, I've observed that they teach with the help of grammar translation method. Now, grammar translation method can't make the student communicative competent. What happens in grammar translation? I think you know grammar translation method, right? In grammar translation method, what we do, we teach into English language, and then what we do, we translate it into mother tongue. Now, whatever we teach the students, they will be attentive. But when we translate each and everything into Gujarati, into mother tongue, so in the second lecture or in the next topic, what they do? They will wait for Gujarati translation. They will not try their level best to be attentive when the teacher is trying his level best to teach them into English. They will always wait for Gujarati translation. Now, what happens there? So we learn each and everything into Gujarati. Then what we have to do? We have to translate it into English at the time of examination. So it's a delay process. And whenever our mindset is habituated to listen each and everything into Gujarati, it will be very tough to translate it into listening each and everything into English when we become mature people. When we begin our career, what happens? We people become habituated to learn as well as teach each and everything with the help of English as well as Gujarati. I have seen number of people with the children when they go to the market or when they go to somewhere with the children. What do? They explain to the children that, see, this is peacock. And then they will translate on a more careful. But the student doesn't require it. That student doesn't require the translation of each and everything. So the students of English medium today, I would like to say that they are more competent than even the teachers. Even the teachers who are not using communicative approach, who are not using English as the medium of instruction into the classroom, they are less competent to those English medium students, actual English medium students who are using medium of instruction as English into the classroom. If we talk about the St. Xavier's College and St. Xavier's School, and I would like to say central schools, then the students of central schools, the institutions like St. Xavier's, they are more competent. I would like to say they are more competent as compared to the teachers of English who are using Gujarati medium into the classroom. Because we people are habituated, and I often ask my students when they do not answer me into English, when they come to the first year of English, when they join BA semester 1 special English, and when I ask them to this in a very excellent manner, but number of students they feel hesitant at the time of introducing themselves. At that time, I ask them, who teaches you English? So that is not the fault of the students. Actually, that is the fault of the teachers who are teaching. So it was my desire. I was eager from a long time to talk to the teachers, and today Alpesh Bhai has provided me an opportunity to not to teach actually, but to talk with the teachers of English. That's why I asked in the beginning whether the people who have joined the session, they belong to English or not. So we have to improve ourselves, and we have to improve ourselves in order to help, in order to support the student community. After all, our goal is, our aim is to motivate our students. Why we have chosen this field? Hiren, often recommended Hiren to be classroom officer, IS officer, and he had that guts. He was deserving, but he chose education field. That shows that he has decided to motivate his students. And what we have to do to motivate the students, then our goal is to make them communicative competent, right? we don't have to talk only. We have to discuss some uh, objectives also of uh, communicative language teaching. Now I am going to share these objectives with you. Yes. Yes. I think the screen is visible to you people. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Whether the screen is visible or not? Visible.
Yes, 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 sir.
Visible,
Okay.
but
Okay.
the
Okay.
letters are not
Visible.
seen very clearly. That's
Community.
1 minute. 1 minute. Now, no, no, not PDF. It is actually created by myself, but
Okay.
it is not turned into PDF.
Communicative language.
We can edit it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Here are the objectives of communicative language teaching. But if there are any suggestion, then you can say yes. What should be done? If the fonts are not visible, then what should I do? If there is any suggestion,
Sir, you can share it
yes.
to
We
me.
can see it,
Then
sir.
I will share it from here from desktop. So
Okay. 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 So first of all, I uh, send you the file.
yes, sir. Alpesh bhai,
Yes.
share it with Alpesh bhai and Alpesh bhai send it to me.
Okay. Okay, sir.
the question is
Yes, there is a technical issue here. So that we can learn it or understand it more clearly when we have the file here. So please kindly wait. Today, there are several persons who have joined us from remote areas also. Kamlesh bhai, welcome to our session. Kamlesh bhai has joined from Bombay. He is also an English teacher.
Hiren,
Yes,
Hiren bhai,
yes, sir.
I am sharing the file now.
Okay,
Okay. Sir has sent me.
okay. Are you from laptop?
No, I'm from mobile.
So
But
send it to me. Don't worry.
okay, fine. Sent you.
Yes, received. Okay, P.M.Joshi sir. Uh, till I open it, you can continue, sir.
Yes. 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 Okay. Now we are going to share first of all the objectives of communicative language teaching. It will be. Yes. Have you shared the communicative objectives of communicative language teaching with this
No,
group?
sir. It will take around 1 minute. Please, sir, continue
Okay. Okay.
until then. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to understand first of all the objectives of communicative language teaching approach. The whole focus is on communicative proficiency rather than on more mastery of language. Now, what here happens? People usually want to be the master of English. So master of English means the master of structures only, right? So what we have to do, as far as the communicative approach is concerned, the focus is not on the mastery of the structures, but proficiency as far as the communicative competence is concerned. CLT means communicative language teaching. CLT improves communicative proficiency to all the basic skills of language learning. LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. CLT aims at creating the right kind of environment in the classroom, which makes the learners to express themselves. So what we have to do into our classroom, we have to make English environment, English atmosphere. Now, what happens with the teachers usually in the classroom? I have observed that teachers only utter and utter. The students remain silent. I don't know whether such is the position in the schools where you teach, but at college level, what happens? In college, in the lecture of 55 minutes, the teachers usually utter for 50 minutes. And in the last 5 minutes, they try the students, they try the level best to respond the students. But I usually have seen that the students, they remain silent. I don't know whether this type of atmosphere remains everywhere into the school level teaching or not. Hiren, what happens with you? In your classroom, what happens? Whether the teachers, they utter? Yes.
Yes, sir. I always try to talk to my students or introduce any topic in English only, and try to encourage.
Yes.
I always encourage them to talk in English.
But they respond or not?
Yes.
Do they respond?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, very good.
They respond
Yes,
with
it's
small
fine.
sentences, small phrases,
Yes.
and
Yes,
like
yes,
that,
yes.
sir.
Yes, but the case in the difference in your case as well as the lecturers is that you have to teach the grammar to the students. So each and every time you have to get the responses of the students, whether they understand or not. What happens with us? We are teaching literature. So in literature, what happens with us? We have to explain that number of items first of all, and at the end of the lecture, we have to ask them. So that thing happens with them. Of course, in our classes, what can we do? We can give them the topic, and they better prepare the topic at home, and then they present themselves into the classroom. That we can do. Yes, now you have shared uh, the screen with the participants. Yes. See, in this screen sharing, I have prepared some objectives of
Yeah.
communicative language teaching approach, right?
Yes, sir.
So the focus of these objectives is to create communicative atmosphere into the classroom. Now, communicative atmosphere means the teacher should not utter only. Along with the teacher, the student should also interact with the teacher. So our lecture should not be a stereotype lecture. It should not be a cassette. Our lecture should be interactive lecture. The teacher as well as the learners both should interact into the classroom. So that is the aim of communicative language teaching. In communicative language teaching, a group work is favored to the maximum possible extent in order to interact the learner with each other and to raise the learner's maximum involvement in teaching as well as learning process. So we have to divide the students into several groups. So the students will be motivated to talk with one another. They will be motivated to talk with the teacher, and in that way, in the group work and pair work, we can motivate the students uh, to be communicative. It chiefly aims to help the learner to acquire communicative competence after. So it enhances the productivity of the language in scientific way. I mean, in modern way, we can enhance the productivity of language among the learners. It also appreciates the learners to engage in linguistic interaction with real life objectives. Now, what we have to do into the classroom, whatever we discuss, at the same time, we have to discuss among the students the experiences related to real life. So, outside the classroom, uh, they should not be unfamiliar with the situations happen with them. So the real life situation, the real life experiences should also be shared with the students into the classroom. So the classroom learning, the classroom discussion should not be different from the discussion that we people are doing outside the classroom. The first priority should be given to fluency rather than accuracy. Now, with the teacher, we usually become the fault finder. So we have to be free from the fault finding of the students, fault finding of the learners. If the learner has used article a instead of n, then we have to be somewhat tolerant. He will use the correct article either tomorrow or the some other day. So fluency is important, not accuracy is important. In short, the learner-oriented approach means communicative language teaching approach, and it should not be teacher-oriented. Into the classroom, we have to give priority to the students, to the learners, whether the learners make mistakes or not. We don't have to say, of course, we have to improve their mistakes, but we can improve the mistake at the end of the session. I've observed some of the people can motivate their students in a very good way. If I talk about a mother and a child to interact with the child, when the mother interacts with the child, usually the child, what happens with the child? Usually the child learns from the near and dear people. So, if I share with you one experience, then once a mother was going to the market. Mother had gone to the market. Some person came to the house and asked, "Where is Mama?" Then the child answered, "Mama, go to the market." The child answered, "Mama, go to the market." Now, what he did, he translated "go" into "go" as far as past is concerned. Now, the person who was there, he was an English teacher. So he motivated the child, "Yes, yes, dear, Mama went to the market." So he didn't rebuke him that you are making mistakes. So what we have to do, we don't have to find the faults with the students. We have to motivate them. We have to improve their mistakes. But all these improvements should come at the end of the session. Okay, so these are the objectives of communicative language teaching. Then there are some characteristics of communicative language teaching, but I think it is not required to discuss the characteristics of communicative language teaching. I have shared with all of you, so it will be helpful to you. You may read it and understand. Principles of communicative language teaching, I think this is also easier one. And in either characteristics or principles, what we have to focus into the classroom is learners. We have to focus on the learners. We have to focus on the communicative competence, right? So we are skipping them. Now, classroom implications. These are important. Yes, classroom implications. Okay, now I think you have said this. Yes, there are many communicative activities that can be applied in communication or communicative language teaching classroom. First of all, the teachers will have to create a non-threatening atmosphere or environment into the classroom. This is very important. Non-threatening environment should be created by the teacher into the classroom. I think you understand what I mean. by this sentence, non-threatening atmosphere or non-threatening environment. Do you believe that in the classroom uh, we feel some threatening of the teacher? Uh,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes. So that should be created first of all. Non-threatening environment should be created into the classroom. I observe usually that the students remain in fear of the teacher. Whenever the teacher enters into the classroom, the students feel as if a tiger has entered, as if a lion has entered into the classroom. So that should not be created into the classroom. Whenever the teacher enter into the classroom, the students should feel that our friend has entered into the classroom. So the relation between the student and the teacher, of course, in your case, if there is fear on the part of the students, then it will do. But as far as the college students are frightened teachers, they should not feel that the tiger entered into the classroom. When we people were studying, sometimes we people were commenting that the teachers usually enter like a lion into the classroom, but when they return from the classroom, they return like a lamb. So that should not be created. That impression should not be created on the teachers. So whenever the teacher enter into their atmosphere, what happens? Have the I would like to say, instead of teaching the students, whenever the students they request them to teach them in the classroom, make environment of threatening. If we want to make, we have to make the atmosphere of the classroom non-threatening. So I would like to recommend all of you to make free atmosphere, free environment, English environment into your classroom. As this approach is learner oriented, it tries to raise maximum learner involvement and minimize teachers' interference during the process of learning. What happens in our classroom? We interfere in each and activity of the student. We interfere in each and activity of the learner. We sometimes interfere into the gossiping of the learners. So why should we do so? We should give the liberty to the students to gossip into English into the classroom, to talk into English into the classroom, to talk with their groups, group people into the classroom. So what we have to do, we have to minimize our interference into classroom and maximize the learners' involvement into the classroom. That is the classroom implication. Next, CLT always focuses on what learners can do. Teacher has to inspire the learners to use the target language by planning pair work, group work, etc. to the. So what teacher has to do? He has to plan. He has to encourage the students how to be competent into the classroom, how to be the communicative into the classroom. The teacher has to provide learners with opportunities to practice their language skills through the process of classroom interaction. In short, we would like to say the teacher is only an observer, a supervisor, a counselor, a guide, an informer, an inquirer, a facilitator who facilitate learning by posing problems rather than offering ready solutions. We don't have to give ready solutions to the students. We have to pose some questions. We have to raise some problems into the classroom, and the students themselves will solve the problems. So that type of atmosphere is to be created in the classroom. Yes. Now the important thing CLT is communicative activities. But I think we are going to discuss these communicative activities later on. We are going to do to understand first of all the roles of teachers and students. Yes. So I would like to request you to share the roles of teachers in CLT and then the roles of students in CLT. Yes. Now the teacher's role in communicative language teaching method. Yes, teachers play very significant role into the classroom. The teachers are just the facilitators. As we mentioned in the earlier point, what they have to do, they have to facilitate the learning process into the classroom. It is the responsibility of the teachers to create such situation in which communication can take students. They remain in the classroom as a facilitator to observe the communication process among all the participants and also encourage the learners to various activities. Teacher has to encourage the students. Teacher has not to give each and every solution, ready-made solution to the students. He has to encourage, he has to motivate the students to make them communicative among their friends. The teachers also care about their performance and activities. What teacher has to, he has to observe the performance of the learners. He has to observe the activities of the learners. The teachers should also play the role of a communicator in the learning process. If the communication among the students, if there comes a gap as far as the communication among the students is concerned, then they have to play a role of communicator. They have to repair the communication among the learners. Sometimes the teacher, yes, sometimes the teacher has to play, have to play the role of a guide in the classroom activities. The teachers have to monitor the learning process while using CLT approach in the classroom. The teachers do not interrupt during the learning process to correct the errors of the learners. They just note the errors and correct it in the later part. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have to be the fault finders into the classroom. Of course, we have to see the faults of the students. We have to observe the faults of the students, but we have to improve those faults of the students at the end of the session. If we rebuke the student among the learners, then he will not be encouraged to talk with the others into English. So each and everybody has fault that we have to accept. So nobody is perfect. That we have to accept, and in that way, we have to improve the mistakes of the students at the end of the session. Teachers give such types of activities which help to accelerate the communication process. The teachers are also active participants of the communicative process. So the teachers have to be active participant, but whenever there comes a gap among the communicators, among the learners. Yes, now the students. Students' role also is important because the communicative language class is learner-centered class. So the learners have to create some groups among themselves for their learning purpose and taking care of how they are able to perform in the classroom. So the learners themselves have to part them into several groups. If the teacher, they divide the students into the several groups, then it is ideal. But the learners themselves can make their groups. The students or the learners must have to cooperate and support each other in the group to complete their tasks assigned by the teacher. So group work should be cooperative work. The learners should involve in interaction and conversation with the teacher and the learners in the classroom. So the learners, they don't have to be the passive listeners only. They have to be active listeners. And whenever we people are active listeners, what we will do? We will involve ourselves into the interaction and conversation with the teacher as well as the learners into the classroom. The student should be more interactive and create an interactive environment in the classroom for making the learners more easy and attractive. And the cooperative approach rather than individualistic approach to learning is stressed or emphasized into CLT, communicative language teaching approach. So in communicative language teaching approach, we don't have to be individualistic. We have to be cooperative into the classroom. Okay, now we are going to some of the important communicative activities which are to be implemented into the classroom, and they will be very helpful to the teachers as well as the students. Yes, communicative activities now. These communicative activities are very important as far as the communication language teaching method is concerned. Yes. Yes. Some typical communicative activities in CLT, communicative language teaching classroom, which facilitate the interaction among the learners of the target language are group discussion, simulation, and role play. So, among all these group discussion, it is easier one to encourage the students to discuss among themselves. So group discussion can be carried out in pairs, group, or whole class discussion. Students' collaboration skills will be enhanced by the activities working in pairs, groups, or whole class. Now, in new education policy, the government has emphasized on group work, pair work, and the communicative competence of the students. At college level, even, we don't have to take now only the written examination of the students. Now, the UGC also has recommended that 4 types of examinations of the students should be organized during the year. Not only written examination, but along with written examination, we have to prepare the students as far as presentation is concerned. We have to prepare the students for project work. We have to take the students to the tours, education tour, I think, and the students of commerce to industrial visits, and we have to collect some assignments from the students. So all these activities will also be repeated into your classrooms also, as far as new education policy is concerned. So group discussion is a very important aspect of communicative language approach. Simulation equips the learners with the real life situation in the classroom, so they can talk of the real world using the target language. So they have to reproduce the event which happens into real life into the classroom by taking the role of that object or that event. In the same way, role play is there. Role play is similar to simulation. The difference is role play may use adopted identity, pretend to be someone else. Role plays often consist of short scenes which can be realistic or pure fantasy. Role plays may be enacted around everyday situations as well as around topical problems. One easily obtained role play is from the text, which may be actual role play material. After learning the text, the students can be asked to give a performance of it. So after teaching the topic to the students, the teacher can motivate the students, whatever they learn it. And if there comes some characters, some incidents, then the students may play the role of those characters, or they may narrate that incident by playing the role of that object into the classroom among the learners. Yes. This can improve oral performance generally, and of course help the students to understand what they have learned in an easy way. Role plays are also useful for generating free expression and the feeling of spontaneity in the classroom. Now, more important than role play, group discussion, simulation are language games. Language games are very attractive, and the students also like the language games. So language games are communicative when they are characterized by the features like information gap, choice filling, feedback. Now what have to do into the language game? Then guessing games. We can encourage the students to play the guessing games into the class. Yeah. Yeah. In guessing games, one person knows something that one wants to find out. It can be a word, an object, an activity, or many other things. Guessing games are useful in helping students practice logical thinking and asking questions. So in guessing games, the one person is having the knowledge of, so he will what he will do, then the listeners or the other students, he will help the students to practice logical thinking, as well as he will ask the questions to them. Three story item is one example of a guessing game. One person in a group knows the story in which there are three items given to the other members of the group. Depending on the three items, they have to ask questions to find the story. The person who holds the story can only give the answers in yes or no. So what happens here? The students, they guess regarding several things related to that story, which is uh, acquainted with one person only. So the other people, they will guess the story, they will guess several incidents of the story. In that way, they will be somewhat competent. They will competent. Yes. Next is picture games. In picture games, I have posted a picture also. So it will be somewhat useful to you people. Isn't there picture? Here?
No, sir. There is not any picture.
Picture. What happened? I have that picture into my 1 minute. Picture होती है अंदर हाँ सुग्राम
Sir, actually, which picture do you want to show it?
हाँ पिक्चर गेम्स एना પછી સ્ક્રોલ हाँ जरा સ્ક્રોલ કરજો पिक्चर गेम्स પછી શું આવે છે यस साउंड गेम्स नथिंग इज देयर ये शेयर कर दें Okay, I am sharing a picture with you, but before the picture comes to you, we are going to discuss. The picture games include several types, comparing and contrasting pictures, considering differences and similarities in the pictures, considering possible relations between pictures. Okay.
Okay, sir. Here it is. Sir, I have shared a picture.
Now all of you can see the picture. So with the help of picture, we can make the people very much communicative, very much talkative into the classroom. By observing the picture, anybody can answer what is there into the picture. So this is a very easy method of encouraging the students to be communicative. Now we can compare as well as contrast the picture. We can consider differences or similarities into the picture, considering possible relationships between the pictures, between the people into the pictures, such as narrative sequence describing key features so that someone else may identify them or represent them in a similar way. Making a story according to the given picture. Also, most of these picture games involve the learners in the relatively free use of all the language at their command, and at the same time give the opportunity to practice their speaking as well as listening. Now, by observing this picture, which has been shared with you, all of you can narrate the picture in whatever way you like. So the narration of each and everybody might be somewhat different. Someone may think that the person in the picture is reading a book. The other may feel that the person in the picture is reading a newspaper. There is a house in the picture. So if we ask the questions to the students related to picture, then they can easily be talkative. So these type of efforts we can do into our classroom to encourage the students as far as the communication competency on the part of the learners is concerned. Yes. Do you feel so that with the help of the students? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, I think at
Yes.
your school level, these type of activities might be there.
Yes, sir. Now in exam also
Uh,
now available.
Yes, yes. So, from the grassroots, the government has started these types of efforts. So it's a good on the part of the government too. But at college level, we have to do such additional activities in order to make the students communicative or talkative. Yes. Uh, okay. The other things are sound games. We can encourage the student with the help of the sound games, with the help of the mime. There is an example of a mime that is, I think, somewhat useful to you people. See what happens in mime. There is a guest in a hotel in an English-speaking country has a very bad cold and has lost his voice. Suppose he has lost his voice and he is feeling very bad cold into the foreign country. Now he wants to the receptionist to help him turn on the heating. Now he tries to make the receptionist understand him by using gestures and expressions in mind. The activity will not stop until, yes, the receptionist makes guesses by asking questions in order to find out what the guest wants. The activity will not stop until the receptionist gets exactly what the guest wants to do. So this way this game can be done in pairs, in groups, and this will also make the learners communicative or talkative into the classroom. So this is only an example. So these type of different examples we can uh, present before our students, and in that way we can make them talkative into the classroom. Debates also can be used. Besides this, we can give the list of several topics to our students, split the classroom into 2 or 3 teams, and each student uh, should respond to a statement without a preparation, and he should continue his speaking for at least 45 minutes to 45 seconds to 1 minute. So it will also encourage them. Yes. Uh, Next, I think, yes. Uh, we can use, I think, the spelling competitions in the classroom. Uh, we can also encourage the students to narrate uh, tour or picnic. Whenever we take the students to picnic, the next day, if we uh, encourage them to narrate what we or to what level we enjoy into the picnic, then the students can easily narrate the enjoyments of picnic or tour. And next one is the introduction of, yes, if we ask the students to introduce himself or his family members, then he can easily introduce himself or his family members. If we ask him the future plans after graduation, then he can easily talk with the teachers, with the students. Okay, so these type of activities should also be uh, implemented into the classroom to encourage the students uh, to communicate with the learners. So, what share with you as far as the communication language teaching approach is concerned? Uh, I have shared with you. Now, if there is any query, or if you wish to share your ideas with the group, then all of you are free.
Uh, some of our friends raised their hands. Please ask them. Hiren bhai. Pankur bhai has raised a hand. Can you hear Pankur bhai? You have raised your hand. Ankur Bhai Trivedi. Next. Sir, you are requested, if possible, please uh, switch on your video. Please, everybody can see and we can take your photograph also.
Sorry?
Joshi sir,
Yes.
sir, you are requested, please switch off your camera on. We can also see and take your photograph, if possible. Okay. Ankur bhai, can you ask?
Yes. ચાલુ છે કેમેરા? મને એમ કે ચાલુ જ છે. ઓકે.
Okay, continue. Okay.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me, Hiren bhai?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Hiren bhai. Actually, Prakash sir was my, he learned me and his good contribution, I say, in my master degrees. I used to go with his home and learned my MA. Okay. Good evening, sir.
Okay, same to you.
Does anybody want to
Hello.
share? Does anybody want to share his idea? Okay.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, I am one of your students.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, I'm very poor at maintaining the relationship. So I'm not in touch with you.
No, you have
But sir,
maintained.
I'm very
Yes.
glad. This session is very useful and very good.
Yes. Now you have started to maintain the relationship with the medium of this Lingua Odyssey created by Alpesh Bhai and Hiren and other uh, students of you, other friends of you. Yes. Karshan Bhai is also
Yes,
there,
sir.
I think. He talked to me
Yeah.
yesterday. Yes. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Rizwana is very eager to learn each and everything, not only today, but when she was very eager to
Thank you,
learn
sir.
each and every topic. That's her speciality, and I like it. Yes.
Actually, you are my best mentor. Till now, I'm just praising to you. I
I
don't
know
know,
it.
but which quality do you have? This is always encourage me. Whenever I see you, na sir, at that time I just get encouragement from you. I don't know
No,
what
I
is
know it.
happening to me, but really from my bottom of my heart, I say that you are my real mentor.
I know it. I observed
Actually,
that
sir,
you
I
can.
am also doing uh,
Yes.
work as an English teacher in a local remote area.
Yes.
I am facing these kind of problems. My students cannot able to speak English
Yes.
properly, but
Yes.
I make them to speak.
Yes.
I make them, but the atmosphere of their homes is not. It means they are very poor
Yes.
children. Even they didn't get proper guidance. Also,
Yes.
we are working from their area.
Yes. So what happens with us? There, we the
So give
students.
us the proper guidance. What should we do?
Yes.
Communicative language approach is proper for that, or we should use grammar translation method.
No, what you should do, you have to choose now uh, the path which is middle of communicative approach as well as grammar translation method. You better use English among the student into the classroom. But whenever the students they feel hesitation at the time of answering you, you better tell them feel at home and answer in your language also. When the student answers in the mother tongue, you have to translate it into English. So he will be motivated. Of course, what happens, the each and every student is not getting the English atmosphere at his home. The parents are illiterate. The parents are sometimes poor. So the students they can't get appropriate atmosphere at home. So whatever they listen into the classroom, that is enough for them. So in the part of those students, what you have to do, you have to accept whatever they speak, and you have to
Okay.
encourage them. You are right. Whatever he says, you have to say you are right. You are correct. And then we have to improve his mistake. Just like that children. The children answered, Mama, go to the market. And the teacher answered,
Yeah.
yes, you are quite right. Mama went to the
Right.
market.
Right.
This way we can improve the mistakes of the students. Fine. I like your approach.
Thank you, sir.
Darshana, I think Darshana Mehta, Darshana Patel. Okay.
Thanks. So
Sorry. Yes. Where do you teach right now, Darshana?
I think you forgot me.
No, no. I should not forget anybody. Why should I forget? All of you are my intimate
I was not
students.
your
So
student, sir. Actually, I was not your
yes,
student in our college, but I
yes,
come to you at your home with tuition.
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
Okay, I would like to share one thing. In my class, I have started picture description
Very good.
activity. I
Yes, yes,
gave them a big picture with so many things and so many boys like girls and old people. So students started to speak the sentences.
yes,
So I think 30 to 40% people can speak
yes, yes.
simple
Very good.
sentence. But uh, the middle student try it, but the last bankers we can say they
Yes,
try it like, madam, this is a chhatri, right? So I encourage them and I tell them it's right, but not chhatri, it's an umbrella. So they are
yes,
encouraged, and right now they are using to speak in English. And
yes, yes.
one
Very
more thing, I I try to give them dictionaries within my
yes,
class once in a week. I
yes,
distribute all of them, each and every student a dictionary, and
yes,
some like 5 to 10 unfamiliar words I wrote on the blackboard, and they have to find out their meanings and pronunciation, and then write in their books, notebooks. And after
yes,
that, I told them, "Are you enjoying this?" They all say yes. So this is my grassroots level try. I tried, and I think it will help me in teaching English. Thank
very
you.
good. Now, you are on the right path to encourage the students and to make them communicative, competent. Of course, the students who are not cooperating in the classroom uh, due to their own deficiency of talking, not it is not the fault on your level. So what we can do for those students, uh, you can do this experiment into your classroom. Tell the students the topic which you are going to discuss in the classroom. That means if there is Saturday, then tell the students that I am going to teach you so and so into the classroom of Monday. So give the responsibility to one student of introducing you at the at the beginning of the lecture, then what you are going to teach into the lecture. So the students who are not communicating with the others who are, as you use the word, the last bench students, right? So give the responsibility to those students to introduce you into the next lecture, to talk about what you are going to teach into that lecture. Now they know what you are going to do, so you have to talk with them personally that I am going to teach you this thing into this classroom. So when they are going to teach this thing before the students, and you will follow whatever they declared into the classroom, the other students, they will be motivated that the last bench students, they know what the madam is going to teach us today. So that way, the other students will also be motivated, and they themselves will be motivated that now we can talk into the English, right? Yes.
Hiren bhai? Okay.
Right, right. Yes. No, I myself also enjoy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
CLT is itself a vast area of learning, but Joshi sir has shared in a nutshell and tried to cover all the aspects of the CLT approach. So thank you, and really he encouraged and appreciated us, guide us. Thank you him a lot, and who joined and shared their problems and queries. Thank you all of, and next time we will meet in a both way, offline and online. Please keep with us for our learning journey with Lingua Odyssey. And we have, sir, we have next time we have our own newsletter. A few days before, after a few days, we will publish it online, and we will also send all our friends. And please contribute your sharing, share
Yes.
and contribute with us. Please join with us. Thank you of all. Hiren bhai.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
No, no, I should thank you that I got opportunity due to you people to meet lots of people